Blog, weekly review of trending stories. If you're a new subscriber or you're watching for the first time, this is Eko Hot Blog, weekly review of trending stories, where we bring to you the juiciest and trending stories of the week.
Hello and welcome to Eko Hot Blog, weekly review on trending stories. If this is your first time of joining the show, this is where we bring you juicy, trending and interesting stories on politics, lifestyle and entertainment that made their ways on the net. I am Lydia Ajayi. First, the headlines. Tinubu approves take-off of 100 billion naira consumer credit for Nigerians. Tinubu to open African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja. Federal government grounds Dana Air operations after Lagos airport incident. One-way traffic offenders to undergo psychiatric tests. Prosecution says commissioner. Lagos government goes after illegal estate developers. Sanwo-Olu comments Tunde Onakoya on his new global record. NCC wants Soyinka's birthday declared Nigeria's National Reading Day. Aladepekun of Odo-Egiri empowers youth amid Skilla Jolu celebration. Honorable Wale Raji enhances education in Ekpe with new classroom blocks, fulfill development promises. U.S. top diplomats Blinken visit China amid escalated tensions over Taiwan. China slams U.S. claims it is fueling Ukraine war. Onakoya admits grappling with food poisoning during chess marathon. Pochettino slams Chelsea players for being passive in Arsenal's defeats. Davido's lavish gesture for Chiama's pre-birthday sparks online buzz. I hope we find a miracle. Celine Dion gives updates on her sickness. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has approved the commencement of the 100 billion naira consumer credit scheme for Nigerians amidst escalating economic hardship in the country. Ajuri Ngelale, the president's spokesperson, disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday. He stated that consumer credit serves as the lifeblood of modern economies, enabling citizens to enhance their quality of life by accessing goods and services upfront, paying responsibly over time. Working Nigerians interested in receiving consumer credit can visit www.creditcorp.ng to express interest. The deadline is May 15, 2024. Recall that 2 months ago, a presidential spokesman, Bayo Ononuga, announced that the Federal Executive Council had given the nod for the establishment of the consumer credit scheme. Moving on, President Bola Tinubu will on Monday, April 22nd, open the African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, made this known in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. He says Nigeria, with the support of the United Nations Office of Counterterrorism, is organizing a high-level African Counterterrorism Summit under the theme Strengthening Regional Cooperation and Institution Building to address the evolving threat of terrorism in Abuja from April 22nd to April 23rd. Ngelale stated that the objective of the summit is to enhance multilateral counter-terrorism cooperation and reshape the international community's collective response to terrorism in Africa, while emphasizing the importance of African-led and African-owned solutions. It disclosed that the summit will provide a platform to review the nature and severity of the threat of terrorism on the continent with a view to agreeing on concrete strategic priorities and measures to address the scourge. Ms. Amina Mohammed, the United Nations Deputy Secretary General, will attend the event. Malam Nuhu Ribadu, National Security Advisor, and Mr. Vladimir Voronko, the Under-Secretary General for Counterterrorism, UNOCT, will deliver the concluding remarks at the end of the summit. In another development, the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, has suspended Dana airline operations due to concerns surrounding the safety and financial viability of their operations. The ministry, through the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, suspended the airline's operations in the country until a comprehensive audit is conducted. This was contained in a statement titled Immediate Suspension of Dana Airline Pending Safety and Financial Health Audit, signed by the ministry's permanent secretary, Dr. Emmanuel Meribol. An aircraft belonging to the airline with registration number 5N BKI skidded off the runway at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos on Tuesday morning. The aircraft, which flew from Abuja to Lagos, skidded off the runway in an attempt to land. No casualties were recorded. The statement directed to the Director General of the NACA called for the suspension of the airline's fleet until after an audit is completed. In legal stories, Lagos State government has said that henceforth any arrested offender who drive against the flow of traffic, popularly called one-way, will be taken for psychiatric tests and face prosecution. Commissioner for Transportation Mr. Oluwaseun Osiyemi stated this on Tuesday at the commencement of the 2024 ministerial briefing on the activities of the ministry so far during the administration of Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, held at Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. According to Osiyemi, the menace of driving against flow of traffic is worrisome and the state government is determined to curb it. Henceforth, any offender apprehended will be taken for psychiatric tests as well as prosecuted according to Lagos State traffic laws, he said. In another development, the Lagos State government has clamped down on illegal estate development in Ekpe corridor of the state. According to a statement released by Mukaila Sanusi, the Deputy Director, Public Affairs, the Acting State Executive Council Directive, the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, led a special joint exercise to the axis on Thursday and Friday. During the exercise, hearing estate developers were served notice and requested to come forward to the relevant authorities to perfect their documents. He said that under no circumstances should any developer go ahead and start the development of estates without obtaining layout approval, planning permits and fencing permits as may be required, adding that these requirements were to ensure the attainment of organized, livable and sustainable built environments. He explained that layout approval was required for proper arrangement of the estates to give room for appropriate services and infrastructure, while planning permit addressed the planning requirement on the individual's plots in the estate. He urged property off-takers and buyers to be wary of investing in estates without approval to avoid needless embarrassment from government officials or risks of losing their property or investment to demolition, as some of the estates springing up in the axis, especially those that might be encroaching on committed lands, were not approvable. To avoid any ugly situation, he advised developers and buyers into estates to access the Planning Information Service of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, which would give adequate information on the approvable developments in an area, while giving details of the zoning arrangement and the height approval order for a given location. Still in Lagos stories, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu praised renowned chess master Tunde Onakoya for achieving a new 60-hour chess marathon record. In a statement released on his official X account on Saturday, Sanwo-Olu commended Onakoya for breaking the world chess marathon record in Times Square, New York. He commended Onakoya's journey from Lagos, Nigeria, to global recognition, stating that it epitomizes the spirit of the city. He wrote, "Congratulations to chess master Tunde Onakoya on breaking the world chess marathon record in Times Square, New York. Your journey from Lagos, Nigeria to global recognition embodies the spirit of our great city." Tunde _OD continues to demonstrate that greatness can emerge from even the most humble beginnings. His remarkable story serves as a blueprint for all of us in Lagos, a city where his impact has been felt the most, showing that with determination, dreams can indeed soar to monumental heights. Onakoya surpassed the record set by Alvard and Falkenstein, who played for 56 hours and 9 minutes in 2018. Providing an update, his foundation, Chess in Slums Africa, wrote, 60 hours for those who dare to dream. 60 hours for the millions of children who have been told to abandon their dreams. Moving on, the first African Nobel laureate in literature, Professor Wole Soyinka, has been designated Copyright Change Champion by the Nigerian Copyright Commission. It also advocated for the declaration of July 13, Wole Soyinka's birthday, as Nigeria's National Reading Day. Dr. John Eshen, the Director General of NCC, made the declaration at the 2024 World Book and Copyright Day celebration in Ibadan on Tuesday. The DG says the theme for the year, Read Your Way, underscores the transformative power of reading to shape character, stimulate the mind, and empower individuals to realize their potential. He said in furtherance of the 2024 theme, the Nigerian Copyright Commission is launching its year-long intervention programs to promote reading for pleasure and build respect for copyright as part of its ABC action plan, which include adopting measures to make reading more fun for all. He said these also include bringing books closer to more children and choosing a change champions for books and copyright. Eshen says the commission had resolved to dedicate the 2024 World Book and Copyright Day to Soyinka. We also featured his works as part of the celebrations across the country. In commemoration of his 90th birthday, our Nobel laureate in literature, playwright, essayist, literary icon and UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, Professor Wale Soyinka, will turn 90 on July 13. In Ekpe news, the Aladepo of Odo-Egiri, Oba Musiliu Abiola, empowered some youths in the community by providing them with tools for their trade during the 2024 Kilajolu Festival. The Kilajolu Festival is an annual, colorful and vibrant festival which took place on Saturday, April 20th in the ancient town of Odo-Egiri, Ekpe, Lagos. The Kabiyesi in his speech thanked everyone for coming, particularly the youth of Odo-Egiri Kingdom, and other kings as well for their constant support and cooperation. I greet all the sons and daughters of Odo-Egiri Kingdom, home and abroad, and I welcome you to the Kilajolu Festival, he said. The beneficiaries were empowered with clippers, hair dryers, shovels, amongst many other items for barbers, hairdressers, and bricklayers, respectively. The beneficiaries were full of gratitude to the royal father and prayed for his reign to be long. I feel so great and I am happy about this. I say thank you to our Kabiyesi. May he continue to grow in knowledge. Ms. Rukayat, one of the beneficiaries, hailed. In another development, in a remarkable display of commitment to the people of Ekpe Federal Constituency, Honorable Wale Raji launched the groundbreaking ceremony for a new block of classrooms at the Igbohoye Community Secondary School. The event, attended by community members and local dignitaries, marked a significant milestone in the lawmakers' effort to transform the educational landscape in the region. I want to address the school project that started with the construction of the laboratory building. While the initial phase did not include the allocation of equipment, I am pleased to announce that this time we are committed to the full completion of the project, declared Honorable Wale Raji during the ceremony. The representative further emphasized that the contract is not for partial completion but for the full package with equipment, furniture, and a conducive learning environment for our students. Raju's unwavering dedication to the development of the Eredo Local Council Development Area was evident as he highlighted the numerous projects undertaken across the region. Raju noted that by the time the new block of classrooms is completed, over 106 classrooms with furniture would have been constructed in the Ekpe Federal Constituency. Now in foreign stories. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in China for a 3-day trip following Senate approval of a foreign aid package that will provide billions of dollars in assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Blinken, who landed in Shanghai on Wednesday, is expected to meet business leaders in the city before heading to Beijing for talks on Friday with his counterparts, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and a likely meeting with President Xi Jinping. Beijing and Washington have said the trip is about strengthening dialogue and stabilizing their rocky bilateral relationship. The trip comes just hours after the United States Senate voted for a large foreign aid package and shortly before President Joe Biden is expected to sign it into law. Still on foreign scene, China and Russia have ramped up economic cooperation and diplomatic contacts in recent years, and their strategic partnership has only grown closer since the invasion of Ukraine. Beijing says it is a neutral party in the Ukraine conflict, but has been criticized for refusing to condemn Moscow for its offensive. And ahead of a planned visit to Beijing by top diplomat Antony Blinken this week, the United States had accused China of helping Russia carry out its biggest militarization since Soviet times following a G7 ministers meeting in Capri last week. Blinken says when it comes to Russia's defense industrial base, the primary contributor in this movement to that is China, adding that this is allowing Russia to continue the aggression against Ukraine. In response, China on Tuesday furiously defended its right to normal trade ties with all countries including Russia. The United States has unveiled a large-scale and bill for Ukraine while also making groundless accusations against normal trade between China and Russia. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin says this kind of approach is extremely hypocritical and utterly irresponsible, and China is firmly opposed to it, he said. In sports, Tunde Onakoya, the Guinness World Record holder for the longest unbeaten chess marathon, has confirmed that he suffered food poisoning during his record-breaking chess marathon campaign. Despite facing health challenges during the marathon, including intense vomiting and stomach pain, Onakoya remained steadfast. When given the choice to quit, he stated, "I will play on for the dreams of millions of children." His determination has gained widespread support, with online well-wishers and onlookers at the scene cheering him on. In his post on his X handle, the 29-year-old wrote that he suffered food poisoning that prevented him from eating. "Let me delve into this jollof rice for now. It is my first meal in almost 4 days. I had food poisoning during the marathon, so I couldn't eat anything at all. Just water," he said. Moving on, Mauricio Pochettino, the Chelsea manager, has criticized his players that they were too passive and quick to concede during their match against Arsenal on Tuesday night, April 24, 2024. Chelsea visited Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium for a crucial league game, which they were expected to win to maintain their push for a European spot. However, they let in 1 goal in the first half of the match and conceded 4 goals within 18 minutes of the second half, resulting in a significant 5-0 defeat at Stamford Bridge. Before the game, coach Pochettino, whose side has suffered several injuries this season, opted to rest more experienced defenders such as Trevoh and Thiago Silva, while Gusto was unavailable due to fitness issues. Regrettably, they suffered a humiliating defeat against Arsenal following a near victory against Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-finals, which the Blues lost by a narrow 1-0 margin. Coach Pochettino said, "It is not difficult to explain. Everyone saw we didn't compete from the beginning of the game. After we considered, the team was so soft. I'm so disappointed with the start because we are supposed to have full energy and compete better." Chelsea remain in the 9th position on the league table with 47 points in 32 games. In entertainment, in anticipation of his wife Chioma's pre-birthday on April 30th, Afrobeat sensation Davido has left fans swooning with envy after sharing glimpses of his extravagant gifts on his Instagram. The superstar singer took to social media to showcase his adoration for Chioma, posting photos of worths of dollar bills he bestowed upon her as a pre-birthday treat. Alongside the cash, Davido presented his beloved with a stunning bouquet of roses, adding an extra touch of romance to the gesture. Fans and netizens were quick to react to the lavish display of affection. Prudence Akogun quipped, "She will cry on the roses, then use the money to wipe her tears." Highlighting the sheer opulence of Davido's gift, Remi Okike showered praise on Davido, comparing him favorably to other celebrity couples. "Annie Idibia has nothing on you. Go girl." Lenita humorously remarked, "It is better to cry in Dubai than cry in Lagos, Biko," suggesting that Chioma's tears were best shed in a luxurious setting. While some fans teased Davido about the nature of his gifts, others expressed admiration for his generosity and devotions. As Davido's grand gesture continues to capture the attention of fans and admirers, anticipation for Chioma's birthday celebration reaches new heights, with many eagerly awaiting further display of affection from the music mogul. Lastly, in entertainment, ailing Canadian superstar singer Celine Dion has disclosed she is open for a miracle regarding her health condition. The 56-year-old singer says she's hoping scientific research finds a way to cure her sickness, but for now she's learning to live with it and taking one day at a time. Dion, who suffers from a rare neurological disorder known as stiff person syndrome, gave the update in an interview as the cover star of Vogue France May edition. The sickness causes stiff muscles in the torso, arms and legs, with noise or emotional distress known to trigger spasm. But Dion, who first announced her condition in December 2022, told the magazine she was well, but her condition requires a lot of work. 5 days a week, I undergo athletic, physical and vocal therapy, she said. I haven't beat the disease, as it is still within me and always will be. I hope that we will find a miracle, a way to cure it with scientific research. But for now, I have to learn to live with it, she said. Asked about the possibility of returning to stage, the singer, who was forced to cancel a string of shows for 2023 and 2024, says she is unsure as her body may not be strong enough. I don't know, my body will tell me, she said. Dion made a surprise appearance at the Grammy Awards in February when she presented the Album of the Year award to Taylor Swift. She also announced in January that she would make a feature-length documentary about her condition to help increase public awareness. And that will be all for today's episode on Eko Hot Blog weekly review on trending stories. Please join us next time for another interesting and juicy episode. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Lydia Ajayi.